I just spent 2 weeks testing all the major AI tools and added up the cost of using them all together. It came out to over $200 a month. That's $2,400 a year just to access AI tools. But here's what I discovered. For every single one of those paid subscriptions, there's a free alternative. And these aren't just limited trials or tools with watermarks. I'm talking about full access and solid professional quality output at no cost. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build a complete content creation workflow without spending a single dollar. Because if you keep paying for subscriptions you don't need, you're throwing away thousands of dollars. So if you're ready to stop wasting money and start building smarter, let's get into it. I've left links to all the tools in the description below. Right now, if you want access to the smartest AI models, you're probably paying for ChatGPT Plus or Gemini Pro. And yeah, those models are incredible. But most people don't know that Microsoft Copilot gives you access to GPT-4o with no subscription and no limits on conversations. And it connects to the internet in real time, which means it can pull current information instead of being stuck with outdated training data. This is very important because with tools like ChatGPT and Gemini, you can't connect to the internet with their free tiers. That means if you're researching anything recent or need up-to-date information, Copilot is way more reliable. I'm going to show you how Copilot replaces ChatGPT Plus entirely, and not just for basic questions, but I'm going to create a complete YouTube video from scratch, which means I need a script and visual descriptions that I can actually use. And I'm going to do it all without spending a single dollar. Once you're in Copilot, you'll notice your text box. Let's say I want to create content about the history of the internet. Most people would just type, write a script about the history of the internet and call it a day. But I'm going to show you how to get way more value out of this. I'm typing this. You are a YouTube scriptwriter. Write a 90-second script about the history of the internet. Make it engaging, use short sentences, and structure it for high retention. Also generate a list of 5 detailed image prompts that match each major scene in the script. Describe the visuals clearly so an AI image generator can create them. Now Copilot gives me a full script broken into scenes, but it also gives me 5 detailed image prompts. Each one describes exactly what visual should appear on screen. You can also click the drop-down where it says the model name. Switch it to Smart. This tells Copilot to think deeper before responding. The output gets noticeably sharper, especially for anything that needs structure. This is what you're paying $20 a month for with ChatGPT Plus. With Copilot, you're getting better thinking models for free. Now I have a script and image prompts, but I can't create those images with Copilot. For that, most people turn to Midjourney, and that's where you end up spending on another subscription. Midjourney is $10 a month minimum, and that's just for the basic plan. If you want to generate more than 200 images, you're paying $30 or $60. But there's a free alternative that gives you 150 tokens per day. That's around 30 high-quality images every single day with no watermarks, no restrictions, and the quality is just as good as Midjourney. It's called Leonardo AI, and I'm going to show you how it replaces Midjourney completely. Once you sign up, you'll land on the homepage. Over on the left side, click Image. This opens the main workspace. Right at the top, you'll see a large text box. This is where I paste the image prompts that Copilot just gave me. Let me take the first one. It says, a retro 1960s computer lab with 4 bulky computers connected by glowing cables, dim lighting, and a military research vibe. Cinematic lighting, wide angle, futuristic. I'm pasting that directly into the prompt box. Now before I generate, I need to configure a few settings on the left side. Under Select a Model, I'm choosing Phoenix 1.0. This model is optimized for high-quality visuals and handles text rendering really well. Right below that, I'm selecting Cinematic for the preset style because that matches the tone of my prompt. Then I set the image dimensions to 16:9 landscape for YouTube content and keep the number of images at 4 so I get multiple variations. Now let's generate. This takes about 20 seconds. What you get back is 4 completely different interpretations of the same prompt. If I want to refine one of these, I can click on the image and hit Remix. This lets me tweak the prompt. Maybe I want the lighting warmer or the nodes more spread out. I just add that and regenerate. I can generate 30 of these every single day without paying anything. That's 900 images per month. With Midjourney's basic plan, you'd hit your limit in a week. Obviously, with paid tools, you'd have more options when it comes to choosing a specific model, like Nano Banana Pro, which is Google's advanced image generation model that creates ultra-realistic pictures. But instead of paying for platforms, you can create high-quality images that are more than good enough for YouTube thumbnails, social media posts, and video content without spending anything. Now I have professional images for free. However, the most fun and popular part of AI creation isn't creating images, but it's what you can do with those images. And that's where things get really expensive. Because if you want to animate images or generate videos, you're looking at tools like Veo 3.1 or Sora 2. And I'm going to be honest, video generators like these are incredible, but they're either very hard to access or locked behind expensive subscriptions that most people can't justify paying for. But there's a free option most people haven't tried yet. It's called Qwen, and it gives you free image to video generation with no credits and no watermarks. Once you're in, you'll see the main chat interface. At the bottom, select Video Generation from the options. Let me take one of the images I just generated in Leonardo and upload it by clicking the Image Upload button. Right below the image, there's a text box where I can add a prompt. I'm typing, slow camera push forward, nodes pulsing with light, smooth motion. This tells the AI exactly what kind of movement I want. I'm hitting Generate. This takes about a minute or two to process. The final result is pretty good with professional quality motion. I can do this with every single image I generated, upload the next one, add a different camera movement, and generate. And the best part is that this is all completely free with your daily token allowance. Now, it's not quite Sora 2 level of quality, but for most projects, it's more than enough to get the job done. However, we're still missing a big part of AI creation. We've got our videos, but they're silent, and our script from before is just sitting there. So we need a way to combine them. And this is where the paid subscriptions start adding up fast. If you want professional voiceovers, most people use ElevenLabs. The free plan gives you 10 minutes of audio per month, which isn't even enough for 2 videos. After that, you're paying between $5 and $22 per month. But there's a tool most people overlook called TTS Maker, and it's honestly very reliable. It gives you unlimited text-to-speech with professional quality voices, and you don't even need an account. Once you're in, you'll notice that the homepage is very simple compared to other tools, with a text box in the center. This is where I paste the script that Copilot wrote for me in the first section. Here there's a drop-down menu where you select your language. I'm choosing English, but it supports hundreds more. Right below that, you'll see the voice options. This is where TTS Maker stands out. You get access to dozens of high-quality voices. If you click more settings, you can adjust the speed and pitch. I'm leaving these at the default setting speed, but if you want the voice to sound deeper or faster, feel free to experiment with these. Now hit convert to speech, and within seconds your audio is generated. You now have a free, high-quality voiceover that you can preview and download instantly.
The internet, you use it every day, but do you know where it came from? Let's rewind. It all started in the 1960s. The US military built ARPANET.
It doesn't offer the same range or realism as ElevenLabs, but for most projects it still gets the job done and delivers clear-sounding audio. At this point I've replaced ChatGPT Plus, Midjourney, Veo3, and ElevenLabs. That's $70 a month in subscriptions that I'm not paying. If you're going to do this regularly and create content every single day, there's a problem. All of these files are scattered across different platforms, and you'd need to collect and organize everything manually before you even start editing. It's honestly boring work that eats up 5 to 10 hours every week, and you can cut that down in more than half with automation tools. Most people use Zapier for automation, but Zapier charges you after 100 tasks per month. There are also coding alternatives like N8N, but you'd need technical skills and your own server to host it. But there's a free alternative that gives you up to 1,000 operations per month and lets you connect your tools without writing a single line of code. It's called Make, and it can handle the same kinds of automations people usually rely on Zapier for. Instead of walking through the interface step by step, think of it like this. In Make, you create simple workflows that follow a basic rule. When something happens, do something else automatically. For example, you can set it up so that whenever a new file is added to a specific Google Drive folder, a message is automatically sent to Slack with the file name and link. Without manual sharing or reminders, it just happens in the background. This is the part that actually turns separate tools into a system. Instead of moving files, posting links, and checking folders all day, the automation handles the busy work so you can focus on creating. But here's the thing, these free tools are incredible for getting started and building your skills. However, as you get more advanced and start scaling your content, the paid tools do offer more control, faster processing, and overall better quality that can make a real difference. So if you're serious about mastering AI and understanding when it makes sense to upgrade to paid tools versus sticking with free alternatives, click the video on the screen where I show you a full roadmap to master AI. Thanks for watching.